Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Rogue Legacy. I put the game down for a couple weeks the other day. I was definitely having not the greatest of days, and I just sat down, did some grinding, and made some pretty decent progress. So hopefully we can move along just a little bit smoother. Now we are on a specific mission today, and that is going to be seeing Neo Alexander. First of all, I want to point out that my life bar is non-existent, and that's because I have CIP, no visible health bar, health bar, and yeah, I'm also a hypochondriac, so that should make things really interesting. We'll just say that I have thousands of health for this run. Okay, confirm. Alright, cool, let's run in. We are, also a Hokage. One of the reasons why I thought it was really good that we started the run with this is because of the special ability. There we go. It uses mana to use, so I'm not going to use it too many times, but again, I've never really seen Naruto, but I've seen enough references to know kind of what's going on, the whole disappearing, turning into a log ninja trope thing, but suffice to say, that is our special ability, is the ability to just jump around on the screen and all of a sudden be somewhere else entirely. That's going to come into play here in a second, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So, okay. But yes, I did get the oval for Neo Alexander, or whatever he's called. I know some of them have, like, some funky names, or some slightly modified names. Good lord, this hallway right here, that's ridiculous. Okay, good. Alright, playing it cool. Oh my god, alright, well, not cool enough. This is definitely a weird shift. I can definitely accuse this in this high action sort of situation where there's a lot going on at a fairly decent rate. Trying to talk constantly does not serve me very well in it, but especially since I don't know exactly how much damage I can take, so I just need to take no damage, basically. So we're going to focus on dodging maybe a little bit more. But yeah, talking, I have a very real sense of how much talking is kind of not completely hindering my gameplay, but it definitely has a huge effect on it, and I'm still not entirely sure. Like, I'm still motivated by the idea of keeping things moving and fast and forward-going, and doing that kind of makes me do some irrational decision-making. Okay, alright, take it easy, alright. Whoa, alright, cool. And there we go, just moving right along. So, I'm coming up with some ideas for, like, how I find acceptable, or at least what to do during those sort of gaps in my communication, or how I could segue better. Especially since there's a couple games I want to play, most notably Dark Souls 2. I was thinking about just going ahead and starting over on Dark Souls 1 and just playing through that, and recording it at the same time, since I've been through half the game, and then the last half can be blind, and I can be completely stunned or shocked, even though I've seen pretty much every spoiler bit of material that there is out there on the game. So the game doesn't really hold any surprises for me, for the most part. There's still parts, like, you don't usually see the Anor Londo archers as like a large part of the lore or anything, so I'm sure there's still parts of the game where I'm just going to be like, oh, this is total bullshit, and I'll still be able to experience it in that sort of a sense where the challenges will remain, although I might not be expecting them to be there. But there's some, like the last boss, there's pretty much all the bosses, I have a pretty good idea of what's going on with them and that kind of a deal. But that's a totally not related game to Rogue Legacy. I just felt like going on a tangent. Still, I guess, you know, maybe it's an open for debate kind of thing. If you are watching this and you are the least bit interested in watching me play the original Dark Souls, please leave a comment to that effect. And maybe I'll do that after I'm done with this particular game. We did get a silver cape, which is pretty good. Although right now what I have now is like a defender cape. I'm not really sure. It's a lot of extra armor though. Like a lot of extra armor, especially for something like a cape. So we're pretty good on our equipment for right now. Ooh, no jumping. I'm not going to be able to make it. Screw that. Okay, and let's just keep going. I guess if I really wanted to be cool about it, I could have... I wonder if, like, getting hit by spikes counts as a jump for the purposes of that. Because it kind of launches you in the air a little bit with knockback. Oh my god. This is completely ridiculous. Alright, and there's nothing at the end of that hallway. I kind of wish I had at least stopped to look and see if there was anything worth getting. I might have just passed it up entirely. Okay, where are we going? We need to go back quite a ways. So, yeah. God, it is definitely summer. Oh my god, it's so freaking hot. I have to close all my windows because people are weed eating and doing yard work outside. And I've got my trusty lemonade, but I'm too busy talking to drink it. I know, first world problems and all that. But here we go. Okay, this is what we wanted to accomplish, so we at least got this much done. Okay, so I'm gonna take a drink before I enter this room. And, okay, good stuff. Alright, let's see what's up with this. I did fight him once before, then I kind of know what's going on and what the strategy is. But our presets here are as a Hokage with 2 double jumps, so that's going to come in handy. Now, given the amount of strife I've been feeling because of this boss beforehand, I mean, clearly, I don't think I'm going to beat him. I did get reasonably far in the last run. Oh my god, that was just rigged. Okay, and we do have lifesteal on this character, so as long as we keep the ads down, we'll keep health up. Okay, also, not getting hit will be handy. Alright, now ads are definitely going to be what kills us in this particular run. But, there you go, here's Secret Boss. Good stuff, and I died, of course. Alright, we're going to try that a couple more times just for funs. Let's just hop right in. Alexander the Fourth. Okay, Sir Wagner versus Alexander the Fourth. I'm sure that's probably some sort of historical referential humor that I do not get at all, without a doubt. Okay. Let's pop through the wall there. So, clearly, I mean, you can't jump through a wall of spikes physically, but you can use the Hokage ability to do so, which is pretty handy, seeing as that's the only way to get to the other platforms. So you can avoid some of the conflict here. Oh my god. Just the absolute flawless execution that's required of you in this alone is insane. But I'm doing a little bit better in this run, I think. I don't know, I haven't been paying attention to the life bars. I could have done twice as much damage in my last fight and would not even be aware at the moment. Okay, that's... nope. Alright. Alright, cool. There's a YouTuber who has done no-hit runs on all of the Neo bosses. Okay. Yeah, and there we go, I'm dead. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and move on and continue on with... is effectively becoming a farming run for this one. I just wanted to show that, and so you'd get to see them. Fortunately, I do not carry over health or anything. It's like, I don't mind that those are presets. And I've said this before with Neo Khadir, where it's like, I don't mind that it's a preset, but it would be kind of cool to see how I could actually, like, what are some of the ideas you could come up with to beat those bosses outside of that? I mean, obviously there's not a whole lot of teleportation abilities. You pretty much have no chance to, or choice, but to pick Hokage for that fight in particular. Although, I mean, that's just it, though, isn't it? It's what could you come up with that would be able to beat that? That was not what they've already prescribed for you. It would definitely change the game up a little bit, I think, personally, and would be kind of neat to see. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I'm sure somebody's come up with a mod for it, or some decent theory crafting is out there somewhere, but... okay! Alright, jump on the platforms, going over this way... doo-doo-doo. I don't remember how that song is supposed to go exactly. Okay. I just know Bugs Bunny used to sing it all the time, or used to, like, parody it all the time, I guess. Do we have access to the Maya yet? No, but we are going to teleport all the way back over here. Okay, so... hold on. Yep, okay. I had to check something really quick. Oh, the heat! I'm just going to complain about the heat. The heat is terrible. I moved away from Texas to live in the American Northwest, and one of the reasons for that is just the absolutely intolerable summers. Once you've spent 2 weeks at 110 degrees plus weather during the day, and the days are already ridiculously long, you don't usually stay because you enjoy it. I mean, you'd have other reasons. Hi there. Care to test your dexterity? Okay, cool. We do this little dagger minigame. Still, regardless, it's like I've always been a heat sissy. I'd be the first to admit it. I'm the kind of person who would move to Canada or Alaska or some great northern wild just because, you know, I enjoy it. And I use all the standard arguments. It's a lot easier. You can wear extra clothes if you're cold, but you can't get extra naked if you're hot. It doesn't really work that way, and especially, like, in public. So, oh my god. I'm just butchering this. Hold on. Patience. Just so close. Okay. Do the floaty jump. And... nope, I failed completely. Couldn't even hit 8 targets. Yeah, So... I swear I've beaten it before, but it is hard. Complaints and the whining and yada yada. I know, whatever. Okay. Okay, let's just take it easy here, everybody. Nobody needs to rush this mechanic. That's all there is to it. Kind of wish I was a dwarf right now, but, you know, whatever. Okay. Whoop. And fortunately we are one-shotting everything, thanks to our Hokage-ness. And... okay, I should have either hit him a little bit faster or been a little bit smarter about how I dodged that. It's kind of an interesting little room here that I don't recall any one particular point in time. I don't know what's up with our Tin Man with the monocle statue over there. Some of these portraits, I know they're for the most part, they're either characters or the staff, because whenever the credits roll, the staff have their own little personalized sprites that are based off of, the game mannequins. That, and those are generally the faces, but like the Tin Man is one of the developers, and I'm like, I'm not entirely sure what that's supposed to be. Or no, actually, that's the training dummy. What the hell am I thinking? But for some reason, that didn't make me think training dummy. I wonder if there's something, if that was a modified one or not. Like, that's a developer. Okay, that was decent reaction time for me, all things considered. And then, okay, yay, gold, awesome. And, yeah, so that's the incredulous elf, something like that, the cheapskate elf. I can't remember exactly what he goes by in this game. Okay. Not that he's in any other game, but, you know, that'd be kind of an interesting crossover, I guess. And we died, naturally. That's just sort of part of the deal there. Bury me with my money. That is so completely a Sunset Riders reference if I ever saw one. Barbarian Queen, Archmage, OCD and Flexible, Baldness. We're going to go with Archmage. I think Archmage has a better chance against Alexander than most other classes, just because you do kind of want to put distance in between you and him fairly quickly. Now, what do we want for abilities? I haven't done mana or magic up or magic damage in quite a while, so maybe it's time I dedicate a little bit to that. Ooh. I was hoping I could get 2 out of that, but I guess not. Okay. Well, that's why we've been upgrading Charon. What did we get? We got, oh, a cape, that's right. So we got a silver cape, which is definitely much less. It weighs a lot less, and we get +1 siphon, which isn't the worst thing, but that's a lot less armor than what we ended up having there. So, let's just go ahead and run with this. Whoa. And then we need to see what... we got the chakram, the knives, and the time stoppy thing. Time stop actually... ooh, time stop is super handy versus Alexander. That's not a bad gig at all. It works a lot... okay. Oh, man, we just got thrown right feet first into that. Alright. Cool. Time stop is pretty good against Alexander. I don't know if it's like, you know, the be-all, the alpha defeat, etc. technique that you want to use, but it is pretty handy, to say the least. Okay, oh, and yes, we are OCD, that's right, I remember now. Fairy chest, take no damage. Okay. Oh my god, I just barely edged forward on that. Oh well. And, ooh. My ability to psych myself out at this point, I feel, is like legendary. I get so twitchy around certain things, especially whenever I know I'm performing for other people. And on that note, it's kind of weird because half the time I'm very much aware of the fact that this is going on the internet for the consumption of you, the viewer, and there's a certain level of performance that has to be done, but at the same time, I still approach it fairly are you serious? It's the exact same room, but backwards. Alright, it's time for some redemption. I looked up and I was like, oh, yeah, no, I'm not gonna make this anyways. So, excuses, whine and complain, yada yada, and so forth. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna kill this guy in a fairly traditional manner. We're gonna have to make quick progress up here. Alright. Did you have knives? I should use them. Oh, no, wrong button. Okay. Okay, we got a red eye. Okay. I'm being very careful. If I don't say anything, I'm gonna tell myself I'm not guilty, or I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. So, but yeah, no, on the related note of like, only about half the time am I really aware of the fact that I'm performing. The other half of the time I am just sort of like talking to myself, or just allowing myself to talk to myself. Or reminding myself I should be talking to myself, but not necessarily with the frame of reference of, oh yeah, you should be saying something interesting, which, I mean, it could be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you derive your entertainment from my channel. Whoa, my goodness! That was interesting. I can't say I expected that to happen. Specifically, the flying across the air towards my face kind of deal. Although I didn't really ever come close to my face. He kind of sailed overhead, really, if you ever needed an example of the phrase. Okay, that is a mimic over there. The little wigglies confirm it. Okay, hold on. This is obnoxious. Alright, cool. Alright, let's go ahead and... Whoa. Oh my god, they take so many hits that I was not expecting. I keep thinking, like, oh yeah, no, only a couple of hits, and it's not true. Mimics are never easy. Oh my god, the Dark Souls. Well, back on the topic of Dark Souls, my god, the Dark Souls mimic was the most terrifying surprise I've ever had in a game. Like, I wish I had captured that on camera, and just gone ahead and done a Let's Play of it. It was phenomenal. Like, I just cannot believe what happened, or whenever that first happened, and I got picked up and eaten by a goddamn treasure chest. And it wasn't like there weren't, like, soapstone warnings either. It was just like, oh, be careful of miraculous trap. And I'm like, alright, I'll just roll out of the way. And then it ate me. Yeah. We're gonna definitely go with the spell sword here. Spell sword, woo. Let's get a little bit more mana. I've been completely neglecting some of the stats that I should not be neglecting completely. And we are level 98. That is crazy town. I'm gonna take a drink really quick. Alright. Yeah, just running on through. Can't remember if I did the thing, my skit with the spell sword to kind of explain it, but notice the sword is invisible. You conjure that sword. I just think, I thought that was a really cool touch. Well, you know, I was kind of thinking, and it's like, okay, here I am. I've already said I'm going to go ahead and play through the game, and not complain so much about how frustrated I am with it. But I'm really starting to wonder, like, is this game good? Like just analytically speaking, there's elements of it that are really good, but there are other elements to it that are just sort of incredibly rote. And I'm not really sure. Like, I'd have to sit down. I'm just sort of like freewheeling an analysis off the top of my head right now, but so take that with a grain of salt is what I'm trying to say. But there's parts about this game that I'm just sort of like, was this actually a good idea on their part? Is this like really, can you only excuse this as a very, very progressive learning experience for the developers? Because there's just, it's the fact that some of the combinations are so overpowered while other ones are almost completely useless. So what am I just made it to the chest and I'm good? Yeah, I guess. I didn't have to kill everything. I didn't have to take no damage. It was just sitting there. So that's interesting. And there's things like that. Like, there's no case example of what do you do in that situation that's supposed to, like, really motivate you, except for... I mean, okay, so there's two schools of thought there. It's, on the one hand, yes, you need an objective of, you know, okay, you have all of these other fairy chests that are like, don't take damage, don't jump, don't do anything else, and then you have that, where it's just like, it's just sitting there. And your only motivation is wondering why the hell it's set up this way with these high-level mobs in the room, and, I mean, clearly you're able to, like, actually triumph over it, and you kind of dare yourself to do it, and that's fine, but I don't know, there's an inconsistency there I can't ignore, and it kind of bugs me whenever that happens in any game. Okay. I mean, the game is definitely buggy as all hell, don't get me started on that. There are tons of, like, little other case examples or case exceptions of, just sort of weird shit happening. It's like the icicles and fireballs that travel through the walls, but only if they start in the middle of the wall. Like, there's no accounting for that. That's no, I mean, borderline sloppy. I don't know. I was really trying to sit down and think about, like, okay, what drives me to play this game? And it's very much a numerical progression, sort of oppositional, defiant posture I have, especially regarding, you know, games of the roguelike procedurally generated Death Labyrinth sense, where it's like, I want to get good at this, I want to be better at it, I want to actually show this game that I am the one in charge, etc. I very much am driven by that whenever I play a game, and this game is very much built for people like me who are like that. So I can't fault it to start. Like, it would be false to say that, no, this is a bad game and nobody should play it. It's definitely appealing to very particular people, but even then, there are some fundamental issues with the game design itself that I just can't ignore, and I've been kind of trying to put my finger on it more and more. Either way, that was a little bit of a tangent, and we are effectively done here. Let's see, do we want a gay assassin or a cursing hypochondriac barbarian queen? I think we're gonna go with this for the health. I want a little bit more survivability. Let's go ahead and I think I'll show you all the runes I did get. So here is the bounty rune, so we get extra money. That's good stuff. And then, yeah, we got blood. Oh, here we go. Retaliation returns damage taken from enemies. Multiple runes stack, increasing the damage return. So I can't remember. I think it's like 50%. So if you have all 5, you do twice and a half damage that you receive, which is how I beat the last boss the first time, because I just was bad at dodging. So still bad at dodging, I suppose. But either way, yeah, so maybe I'll continue on this tangent. Maybe I won't. We'll see. And tomorrow, more stuff. More trying to get to Alexander and actually beat him. All of that fun jazz. So either way, this has been Cardboard Decoy playing Rogue Legacy. I hope you have enjoyed. And if you have, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. Have fun.